Hey guys, IR Scoop back here to open up that second Dominaria box. Thanks for watching the last two videos. Do stay tuned because at the end of this we'll explain how to enter for that chance to win whatever one of the most valuable cards are coming out of this box right here. Got that same old promo from the store when I bought it on the side, the Fire Song Sun speaker. Alright then, so let us get right into this. Try and keep this video much shorter than the previous. Not too sure there was anything too great in that last one. As I said before, I'm not too up to date, I guess, with the value of the cards within this box. So, with that said, I may pass over something that's worth something and be like, oh, well, this sucks. Let's see how we can stack this. Boom. Look at that. Should make some editing, put a number in that magazine right there. Alright, so, first pack, let's get right into it. Dominaria got a little bird wizard on the front. Alright, let's open it up. Gonna probably skip straight through all these commons. Keep this video shorter. Alright, there we go. We got a little bit of wizard lightning. Alright, 3 drop. Basically a lightning bolt if you control a wizard. This spell costs 2 less if you control a wizard. Wizard's lightning deals 3 damage to any target. We got a weight of memory. Draw 3 cards. Target player puts top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard for 5. We got a Thrawn Temporal Gateway. Don't think I've seen this one yet. Pay 4, tap it. You may put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Now that's pretty good. Gets around those really expensive things. You can throw that into like if you're a commander player, that'd be great. And the Dragon. And we got a Raf Cap Hashin. Ship's Mage. What is that? Esper, 3/3 flash flying. You may cast historic spells as though they had flash. It's what's that one card? Wannabe Vidalcan's Orrery for what is it? Historic cards. Right off the top there. Open this upside down. Get that in a little bin there. And jump. Fast forward. Little sapling popping up in the back there. We got another Wannabe Lightning Bolt. We got a Final Parting. It's a tutor for 2 cards. One's hand, one's graveyard, then shuffle library. Sanctum Spirit. A lifelink. Discard a historic card. Sanctum Spirit gains indestructible till the end of turn. I think that is a doo-doo spirit. Hello! Hello, little pretty little right here. Pay 4 flash. When it enters the battlefield, copy target, insert a sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Other wizards get +1/+1. Now, this would probably be good for my Nala Commander deck. I already removed the, Dualcaster Mage, and I run very few red. I splash red in that Grixis. So this could be a potential thing for there, but I took that infinite combo out because it's kind of cheesy, so she may not actually have a place in the deck anymore. Another Saproling. Get this open right. Chomp. So I can, Jesus. Pack like, yeah, no, not today. Alright, so let's get right past these bad boys. Another Saproling trying to come out over the top there. Alright, we got a wall here for 4. 0/6 Defender. Pay 2. Wall gains indestructible to the end of turn. Very interesting. We got a Merfolk Trickster. Where did those cards? Okay. Merfolk Trickster is a wizard for 2. 2 blue. 2/2. Flash. When it enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls. Tap target creature and opponent controls. It loses all abilities until the end of turn. It's a good counter to those cards with crazy-ass abilities, I guess. Sorcerer's Wand. Pay 1. Equipped creature has... This creature does 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. If this creature is a wizard, instead, it does 2 damage to that player or planeswalker instead. Costs 3 to equip. Oh, look at that. A memorial land, but a foil. Look at that. Can you see that? Beside there. Yeah, looks like somebody smudged their butt on the card. That's what it is. Pay 5, tap, sack it. Draw 2 cards. Alright, we'll keep that right there. Legendary creature, Human Knight. Ariel, that is a female. Knight of Windgrace, 4-drop, 4/4 Vigilance. Pay 1 white, 2 colorless. Tap, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance. Pay 1 swamp, tap it, tap X, untap knights you control. Destroy target creature with power X or less. Crazy. Taxi. What if we open 3 packs now? I've mixed up one of my rares. Or I'm just dyslexic. Oh, it's the mythic. It's the mythic. That's such a smart guy. Alright, let's get up into this one. What we got. Nice little Skirk Prospector, bring back the goblins. I like it, the goblins. Oh my god, we got a Sarah Angel. Like you needed a reprint. There's like how many freaking copies of Sarah Angel now? 5-drop, 4/4 Flying Vigilance. The angel remembers her past lives. Yeah, I bet she does. Goblin Barrage 4. Sorcery, kicker, sacrifice an artifact or goblin. Does 4 damage to target creature. If the spell was kicked, it also does 4 damage to that 2 target player or planeswalker. So it can do 4 damage, 2 different things. Another Isolated Chapel. Look at that. What a great card to pull. One of those check lands. Lands are always really nice to pull regardless. We got a Leviathan here. A 6-drop, 8/8, kick for 2, so it could be an 8-drop. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands, except for merfolks, krakens, leviathans, octopi, and serpents. Why didn't they just put octopi? Octopuses. It's octopi, right? Am I right? Why do I know these things? I'm really not smart, I promise. Bing, boom, slam, bam. Okay. Let us jump in right here. Okay. Memorial to Genius, non-foil. Genius. That's Genius, right? I'm not that dumb. Settle the score. Boom. That's Liliana killing one of the demons she made a contract with, I'm assuming. Alright, so 4-drop exile target creature. Put 2 loyalty counters on a planeswalker you control. I need to get a planeswalker, huh? 4 Bear's Blade. I really like this card. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has Vigilance and Trample. Whenever equipped creature dies, attach 4 Bear's Blade to another target creature you control. So it literally just bounces between all your creatures. It is a hoe. Hellar the Fire Fletcher. Hellar there, Fire Fletcher. Trample, 3/3 for 3. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, put a 1/1 counter on Hellar. And then Hellar deals damage equal to the number of Hellar counters on it to each opponent. Alright, so we got another Plains and a Sapperling. Just fucking pull something wildly epic out of here. For you guys. Alright, let's jump straight to Urza's Tome. Too bad Urza didn't make a return here. There are a lot of cards that refer to him. Urza created Karn, right? I think so. Urza's Tome. 2 colorless, 3 tap. Draw a card, discard a card unless you exile a historic card from your graveyard. Get boned. Shield of the Realm. If a source will deal damage to equipped creature, prevent 2 of that damage. 2-drop, equip 1. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth thing. Yeah, legendary sorcery. So you have to control a legendary creature or a planeswalker to cast this spell. It's a 7-drop, 1 white, 1 black. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Super friends. We have a nice little unicorn here. Misa Unicorn. See it? Misa a Unicorn. Me's a Unicorn. Yeah. Unicorn for 2. It's a 2/2 lifelink. 2-drop, 2/2 lifelink. That's actually pretty good. This is unicorns, so it should have flying, right? Why didn't they do that? We got Quende Pride of Fame. 4-drop, 2/2 with double strike. Creatures you control with first strike now have double strike. Shrimp and a knight. Moving on. The first strike's not enough. We're gonna give you double strike. Yo. There we are. We got a Champion of the Flame. 2-drop, 1/1 with Trample, and he gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to him. Alright, we got a Dauntless Bodyguard. A 1-drop, 2/1, can't beat that. As he enters the battlefield, choose another creature. He basically pairs with that creature. Sacrifice him. That chosen creature gains indestructible to the end of turn. So he becomes a bodyguard. 4-drop Juggernaut artifact creature. 5/3. He attacks each combat if able. He can't be blocked by walls. Hey, I know a couple people that really need this card for their Edgar deck. 7-drop. Mono black. Flying 4/4 for 7. Whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on Kezarov. Sanger Pureblood. Ooh, isn't there another Sanger one where whenever a creature dies if it dealt damage, it gets a 1/1 counter? When a creature opponent is dealt damage. Oh, wow, so this is Pureblood. Okay. Anyway, pay 4, 1 red. 3, 1 red. Karzarov deals 2 damage to target creature, so he's going to get pay 4, and he becomes a 6/6. Wow, that is really good and really broken, as if the vampires needed any other help. For standard, at least, and even for commander, as if they needed help. It's like, you guys are already broken. What more can you want? All right, we got a nice little saga right here. Ooh, it's a good one, too. Song of Freyalise, 2-drop. For the first 2 ones, until your next turn, creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. So you can cast this, and you can actually tap them for their mana at the end of your opponent's turn to do a little trickery. On the third one, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Until the end of turn, they become gods. Basically, little demi-gods. On Sarah's Wing, 4-drop enchantment. Enchanted creature is a legendary. Gets +1/+1 that has Flying and Vigilance and Lifelink. It gets a little bit of everything as well. And then Tempest Jin gets a little bit of nothing. It's a 3 blue, 0/4 flying. He gets +1/+0 for each basic island you control. Now, obviously, this could get out of hand. So he's off the bat going to be a 3/4 because it would take 3 blue to cast him, unless of course you use that one artifact that lets you change the basic type of the land or something like that. Little cat right here, Cat Warrior. We got a nice little foil version of him. Common. When he enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard and you gain 3 life. It's kind of like one of those meh cards. Arvad, the Cursed. 5-drop, 3/3, Death Touch, Lifelink. Other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. You could probably be a good commander, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just open my mouth and move my tongue around and tickle my throat, and then it makes noises, something like that. That's how science works. Biology. Yeah, who cares? All right, we got a Wall of Spiders here. 4-drop, 0/6 Defender. Pay 2. Wall of Spiders gains Indestructible until the end of turn. We have a Healing Golem. When it attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. Now, that's a kind of gambly type of thing. We got a Still Leaf Champion. 3 green, 5/4. Still Leaf Champion can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less. You have to throw your big boys at him. Yep. Oh, nice. A foil, Valduk. Keeper as a Flame. 3-drop, 3/2. At the beginning of combat in your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to them, you create a 3/1 elemental creature token with Trample and Haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning next end step. Those would be so broken if you got to keep them. Hello, one of my little personal favorites. Orgoros, the Empty One, 6-drop flyer, 4/3. Whenever it does combat damage to a player, that player discards a card at random. If that player can't, you draw a card. It's a nice little card. Yeah, okay. Losing the placement of all my cards because I'm so smart, you know. Alright, we got a Memorial to Folly. Pay 3, sack it. Return target creature card from a graveyard to your hand. We got a Spore Crown Talent! Yeah! All you fungus players out there, all you sapperling lovers. Clifftop Retreat. Now, I feel like this one's so hard to get. Check land for mountain or plains. And then another Quende, Pride of Femereth. Double strike 2/2. Creatures you control at first strike get double strike. What if you can have both and then it becomes like a triple strike without the last strike? Because that's what triple strike is. Triple strike is last strike, first strike, and then normal damage. What if there's a quadruple strike? Or whatever 6 is, where it attacks twice during every strike. Come on, unsets. We can do better. Pay 4, kicker 1, so 5. 5-3. Trample, haste. At the beginning of the end step, if this wasn't wasn't kicked, sacrifice it. Is it even a creature? What is it? It's like a floating rock just zapping the living piss out of everybody. They're like, no, please, no. I have family. Wild Onslaught. 4 drop. Kicker for 4, so an 8 drop. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. If it was kicked, put 2 1/1 counters on each creature you control instead. Hey, we got a Himalayas Emulating Inferno. Himalayas over here. 2 red and an X. And it's a legendary sorcery, so you need a legendary creature or planeswalker out to cast this. Himalayas deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. So you get to choose up to 3 targets, and it does X damage to them. I guess that's alright. We got another Valduk, and then Dookie. Well, that card, I'm not going to lie, it's a lot more epic than it actually is. The Himalayas. I guess with a name like that, they have to keep it epic, huh? Let's go straight through these. Cast down. I feel like this is actually a pretty good uncommon, right? Because that's a 2-drop kill spell. It's like a Doomblade almost, but better. Destroy target non-legendary creature. Now, in a format that's kind of revolving around legendary creatures, I could see where that could be undervalued. Orcish Vandal. 1 red, 1 colors, 1/1. Sacrifice an artifact. Orcish Vandal does 2 damage to any target. We got a Sylvan Awakening. 3-drop sorcery. Until your next turn, all lands you control become 2/2 elemental creatures with reach, indestructible, and haste. They're still lands. So if you could drop this towards the end game and you have like 10 plus lands, you get 10 2/2s, and then everybody's like, why would you do this to me? And then they run away crying, and then you're like, hey, I'm a slime foot. Stowaway. 3-drop 2/3. Whenever a sapling you control dies, Slimefoot the Stowaway does 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Pay 4, create a green or a 1/1 green sapling creature token. A green, huh? What is that, like double green? It's the Sapperling Commander right there. Really nice card. Can you open packs like this? You know, the best part of this and why a lot of people like these is just the opening of the packs. Like, just something about opening these things that just makes it feel so nice. So nice to open this little crinkly piece of plastic. It's like opening a bag of chips, but you're not getting fat. Instead, you're getting debt. So much better than getting fat. We got a nice, another Song of Freyalise 2-drop Saga. The first 2 ones until your next turn, your creatures tap for any color. You could do that during your opponent's turn as well. And the third one's put a 1/1 counter each creature you control. Those creatures become demigods. Alright, we got another Spore Crown Thallid. Each other fungus or sapperling you control gets +1/+1. Ooh, look at that. A nice little rare Mirari Conjecture. Another Saga. First one, return target instant card from your graveyard to your hand. Second one, return target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. The third one, till the end of turn, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So it's 5-drop, and you get to get a instant and a sorcery, and then the third one you get to start doubling up your spells. Grun, the Lonely King Kong over here. 6-drop, 5/5, or possible 9-drop if you kick him. If he was kicked, he enters with 5 1/1 counters, so he becomes a 10/10. Get this. If King Kong attacks by himself, he double his power and toughness to the end of turn. So if he was a 10/10, he'd become a 20/20. Because he's King Kong. He's fucking King Kong. Such a nice card. Island and Sapperling. Alright. Oh my god. But sometimes these little bastards of a pack can be one hell of a thing to open. There's like, no, I refuse. Alright, nice. We got another little saga here. Time of Ice. Tap target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Time of Ice. Boom, for the first 2 times. And then the third one is return all tap creatures to their owner's hands. As if it wasn't enough, I was tapping down your creatures, so I'm going to bounce them back to your hands when I'm done. We got a Racist Guy on a black horse. First strike hexproof from white. Knight, Racist Guy on a black horse gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a white horse or permanent. Board the Weatherlights Sorcery 2-drop. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library, in a random order. This is a Super Friends card. We got a Zahid Jin of Zalamp. Doo-doo. 6-drop, 5/6 flyer. You may pay 4 and tap an untap artifact you control rather than pay 6. Interesting. Nice little soldier. On to the next pack here. Hey, yeah. Boom. Skip the doo-doo. Get to the good juice. Okay. We got Fire Fist Adept. Is a 5-drop wizard, 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, does X damage target creature and opponent controls, where X is the number of wizards you control. I wouldn't even run that card in my wizard's deck. Curator's Ward, 3-drop enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent has hexproof, and when it leaves the battlefield, if it was a historic permanent, draw 2 cards. Another Howling Golem. Ooh, a foil Homerid Explorer. What are you, a common? 4-drop, when Explorer enters the battlefield, target player puts top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Hello, Traxxas, Scourge of Krug. 4-drop, 7/7 trample. When he enters the battlefield, tap. When he enters the battlefield, okay, I can do this. He enters the battlefield, tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step. He only untaps whenever you cast a historic spell. Or whenever you cast a historic spell, you can untap him. There's actually a, oh my god, this amazing goblin. There's actually a common, I believe, artifact creature, or maybe uncommon. But at the beginning of your end step, you may tap or untap any artifact you control. So you can untap him and just basically give him vigilance at that point, which is broken. Sarah Angel, she remembers her past lives. 5-drop, 4/4 flying vigilance. Thorn Elemental, hello, very nice one. You may have Thorn Elemental assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked, so even if somebody chump blocks it, unless they kill it, or even if they are going to kill it, you can just let it go straight through. So it's basically a 7-drop, do 7 damage, unless somebody kills it by the time it loses. Oops. Siege Gang Commander, 5-drop, 2/2. When he enters the battlefield, create 3/1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Pay 2, sacrifice a goblin. Siege Gang Commander deals 2 damage to any target. Shauna Sissy's Legacy. So this is a legacy of a sissy, huh? That was actually a rare. Okay. Sissy is a green-white. Sissy can't be the target of abilities your opponents control. Sissy gets +1/+1 for each sissy you control. For each creature you control. Alright, so, shrimping a shepherding. And then jumping on into the next bad boy. And then, okay. Out you come. It's a tight fit. There we go. We got Wizard's Retreat. It's basically a mana drain type thing, or a counter spell if you control a wizard. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard, counter target spell. Wizard's Retort. Alright, so Thorn Elemental, again, very nice. Antiquities War. Look at the top 5 cards of the library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order for the first and second time. On the third time, artifacts you control become artifact creatures. Base power and toughness 5/5 until the end of turn. Very nice. We got a Valduk, Keeper of the Flame again. Did we pull 3 of him? We got a foil of him too, didn't we? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Adamant Wheel. Boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom. Alright, we got an Icy Manipulator. 4-drop, pay 1, tap it, tap target artifact, creature, or land. We got a Warcry Phoenix. 4-drop, 2/2 flying haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 3. If you do, return Warcry Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Hello! This is a really nice card. I want a lot of these. Mr. Self-Replicator. Somebody was really going crazy with these during the pre-release event I went to. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you may pay 1 colorless. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Mr. Self-Replicator. So the way it works is like, yes, it's a 5-drop 2/2, but as soon as you cast it, a historic spell, be it an artifact, legendary, or a saga, anything like that, You pay 1, then you create a copy of them, then you have 2 of them. So then next time you cast 1, you can pay 2, then you have 4 of them. Then next time you pay 4, then you have 8 of them. Yeah, it gets out of hand. Goes crazy. We got Tiana's Ship Caretaker, flying first strike 3/3 for 5. When an aura or equipment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Keeps your auras and equipments from ever dissipating, I guess. Is that the right word? I try to be smart sometimes and use big words, but it just makes me feel really tiny. Okay. This stack is growing on us. Let's just go ahead and shift that over here. Boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, bang, boom, 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 boom. Fungal plots. Alright, so 1 green, 1 colorless enchantment. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Sacrifice 2 sapperlings. You gain 2 life, and then draw a card. Jorha Hee-Haw's familiar. Bat. Owl. Glasses. Flying and a ship in the background. Wins in my book. 4-drop. Flying. Historic spells cost 1 less. Sulfur Falls. Alright. Sulfur Falls is a check land for blue or red. Great card. Arved. He looks really depressed now that I think about it. That or he just looks like he's just being a badass. He's striking a pose next to like a window. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm about to go up to my room up these stairs, but I'm chilling right here. Anyway, 5-drop, 3/3, Death Touch, Lifelink. Other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. He's like the lord of the legendaries, basically. A nice cleric. Does that mean we have that one saga coming up since we flashed that cleric? Oh my god. Just didn't want to give. Opening those pack of chips in the middle of class and everybody's just like, I hear you, I want some, but I hate you because I have none. Alright, Time of Ice. This is the really bully one. First 2 times you tap a creature an opponent controls. On the 3rd time you return those tapped creatures to your opponent's hand. Memorial to Glory. Pay 4, sack it, create 2 1/1 white soldiers. Karn's Temporal Sundering, 6-drop. Legendary sorcery. Target player takes an extra turn after this one. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you get to bounce something to its owner's hand, and you get to take an extra turn. Okay, well that was very interesting. Put that away. We got a Whisper. What is that? Tap 2. Yeah, sacrifice 2 creatures. Tap, sack 2 creatures. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield for 4. I really don't think that's a good card at all. Next time I see somebody ever using one, they're just going to smash my face in with it. Yeah, you thought this wasn't a good card, huh? It's not a good card, huh? I'm just sitting over here crying like, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Alright, so we got a nice little Champion of the Flame. 2-drop for red, so it's a 1/1 trample. Champion of Flame gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it, so he can get pretty big. Flame of Keld Saga. On the first one, you discard your hand. The second one, you discard draw 2 cards. On the third one, if a red source you control will deal damage to a permanent player's turn, it does that much damage plus 2. So cool. For only 2. I was joking. It's definitely not. Whoa. Do we have a third? Nope. Okay. Okay. Saga's back to back. Okay. That's cool. Oh, wow. I knew it. I knew it. Look, we get a cleric. And then it's like, this is what you need a cleric for. Alright, yeah, so the first 2 times you create 2 0/1 black creature, cleric creature tokens. Then on the third one, you create a 6/6 black demon creature token with flying, trample, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice another creature. If you can't, you take 6 damage. So, that's good. I mean, it could get risky if you don't end the game shortly after. I can understand, sure, but like you get four turns to end the game with the flying 6/6. I like to believe that is pretty good. I mean, hell, you could just start swinging with it unless they have a bunch of fodder in the air. You're going to at least get a bunch of good things out of the air, or they're going to let you kill them slowly with their 6/6. With your 6/6. Fungal plots, again. Board Zaweatherlight. Black Blade, Reforge. It's a 2-drop. Costs 7 to equip unless you're equipping it to a legendary creature. Then it only costs 3. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. So if you're not equipping it to a legendary creature, it gets a minimum of +3/+3, and then if you're equipping it to a normal creature, it gets +7/+7. Excuse me. Jesus, sorry. Christy Mack. 3-drop, 2/2. First strike, vigilance, lifelink, or an equipment spell you cast costs 1 less to cast. Got an island here and a soldier there. Alrighty. Invoke the divine. Alright. Nature's Spiral. 2-drop, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Juggernaut, 4-drop, 5/3, attacks each combated fable. It can't be blocked by walls. Nice. Cabal Stronghold. Pay 3, tap it. Add 1 swamp for each basic swamp you control. It's like the Cabal Coffers, right? Garna, the Blood Flame. 5-drop, 3/3, flash. When Blood Flame enters the battlefield, return to your hand all creatures in your graveyard that were put there from anywhere this turn. Other creatures you control have haste. So you can bring this out at any time, like if somebody board wipes and then be like, haha, bring them all back. Like, rewind. Like the blue, what is it, common card in this set called Unwind. Counters like a non-creature spell or something like that. Your personal Magic Academy. I'm telling you, that is Tolarian Academy. I don't know much about the lore. I have like a very basic understanding of the lore of Magic. Alright, so. Ooh, Triumph of one of your creatures becomes a god. Alright, so 2-drop Saga. First 2 times, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control with the greatest power. The third one, target creature you control with the greatest power becomes a god. Flying first strike of lifelink until the end of turn. It's like, what is that, a Baneslayer? Goblin War Chief. Goblins cost 1 less to cast. Goblins you control have haste. 3-drop, 2/2. Perfect for a Krenko. Diligent. 2-drop, 1/3. Whenever you cast a Exort spell, target player mills 2 cards. Jahara, Weatherhawk Captain. Human Artificer. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. 4-drop, 3/3. Yeah, they're really trying to force that historic thing, huh? Kind of like how hard they were trying to force the dinosaurs in Exilon. I was all over that too. They got me with that. You will not get me with historic. Hey, look at that. Another Goblin War Chief. You just make a little crazy little Goblin deck. Goblin War Chief, 3-drop. Goblin spells you cast. Yeah, we already pulled that. Curator's Wand. Enchanted Permanent. Enchanted Permanent has hexproof. Whenever Enchanted Permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. History of Benahi. I feel like this is going to be a good one. That is a mythic. We just pulled all the mythics. 3-drop, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. You do the same thing on the second time. On the third time, knights you control get +2/+1 until the end of turn. That's actually pretty good, huh? If you're running that new little knight tribe, it's not really new, but if you're running a knight tribal, 2-drop, 1/3 creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less. Power or toughness. Oh wow. Can't be blocked. I used to think that card was pretty bad because I thought it was just power 1, but I just realized like toughness as well. So like you get 2 1s or 3 1s and stuff like that because that's not uncommon. Or hell, there's even some scenarios like 5 1s or stuff like that. Or you can buff them up with the equipments that don't give them toughness. And then like the jousts. Let's see if we can find a joust in here. No, we did not. But it gives like +2/+0, so you can roid the living crap out of a creature. As long as it has 1 toughness, it can't be blocked. 2-drop, 0/2. Add 1 green to your mana pool. Tap it, add 2 green, but you can only spend that to cast kickers. Final Parting. 5-drop, search your library for 2 cards. 1 goes in your hand, the other goes into your graveyard. Haphazard bombardment. I just haphazardly to drop this bombardment on you. 6-drop. When it enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control and put an aim counter on each of them. What the hell? At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. That just blew my mind. I'm going to pretend I understood it. Baird, Steward of Olive. So 4-drop, 2/4 vigilance. Creatures can attack you or a planeswalker you control unless your controller pays 1 generic mana for each of those creatures that are attacking. So it's basically like a little prison, ghostly prison or something like that. It's a Pelafort. It's a wannabe Pelafort. Syncopate. Let's see if we can find that joust in here. Nope. Oh, sir. We got a memorial to folly. I memorialize your folly. Pay 3, tap, sack it, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. We got a Guy's Blessing, 2-drop, draw a card. Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from the graveyard into the library. When Guy's Blessing is put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library. A lot of library. Oh, look at that. Woodland Cemetery. Woodland Cemetery enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or forest as a check land for green-black. Really nice. Hey, we got a foil rare here. Benahilish Marshall. 3 whites, 3/3. Other creatures get +1/+1. Jesus, you just racist. Can't be racist because it looks like a darker skinned fellow in white armor. Alright, we got another Sissy here. Sissy can't be the target of your opponent's abilities. Sissy gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Sissy. Look at that swamp. Oh, wow, look at that knight. That knight looks really cool. The swamp looks really cool, too. Look at that. What is that like? Is that the Cabal thing right there? It is. It is the Cabal thing. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sorry. Alright, moving on. Holy crap. Pretend I didn't just get a nice little sneak peek at that. And I just gave myself another sneak peek. I'm so bad at holding these cards. In Bolus's Crutches, 6-drop enchantment. Enchanted permanent. You control the enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent is also a legendary. Enchant permanent, enchant permanent, elf druid, enchant permanent. We got a Sage of enchant permanent, 2-drop, 1/2, enchant permanent. Sacrifice an artifact, draw a card, enchant permanent. Hey, we got a foil little forest here. It's actually a really nice looking forest. Yeah, let's just put you over there. Because you look nice. Like we didn't see you coming already, Joda. Archmage Internal, new 5-drop, or 5-color good stuff commander right here for all of you interested in that. 4/3 for 4. Flying. You may pay rainbow rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. So that's really helpful for dropping the really expensive colors. Or expensive spells, like your 10 drops and higher. That give you retardedly good abilities. Where's one of those jousting things? God, I just want to see one of the jousts. We got an Urza's Tome here. 2-drop, pay 3 tap, draw a card, then discard a card unless you exile a historic card from your graveyard. Untamed Kavu, 2-drop, 2/2, kicker 3, so possible 3-drop for a 5/5. So what? 5-drop, 5/5. Vigilance Trample. If Untamed Kavu was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 3/1/1 counters on it. Dalid Susea. I don't think I've seen this. Pay 2, sacrifice a creature, draw a card. It's a fungus. It's not that bad, huh? Tesh's Ancestors Passer. 4-drop, 2/2 flyer. When you cast a historic spell, return target creature card at CMC 3 or less. Titan. It is a Sun Titan that only targets creatures. We got so many saprolings. Hey, look, this Karn is foil. Are all these guys foil? Am I just not realizing this? These packs are foil. Very interesting. Uh-oh. We're low on packs, guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs left. You guys are like, oh, thank God. How is that a bad thing? We can open these all day. I could. Okay. We got the other races card. 2-drop, 2/2, first strike, protection from black, hexproof from black. Knight of Grace gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a black permanent. Hey, we got another one of these. Settle the score. 4-drop. Exile target creature. Put 2 loyalty counters on a planeswalker you control. Oh my gosh, this is a really good card, isn't it? This is a really good card, isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, anyway. 0 drop. Mox Amber. I think this is what everybody's going crazy about. Tap, add 1 mana of any color among legendary permanents and planeswalkers you control. Really nice. And we got a nice little Yargle right behind that. Look at that. Is that a foil? No, it's not. Okay. I like Yargle. 5 drop, 9/3. That's just preposterous. Yargle. 9/3. So easy to kill with that 3 toughness, but if he goes unanswered, he's gonna 9 straight to your face, and you're gonna be crying like, Yargle, no! That's what happens when you water a little gremlin there. Turns into a Yargle. 1 drop, 2/1. As Dauntless Bodyguard enters the battlefield, choose another creature. Sacrifice this bodyguard, and then chosen creature gains indestructible. Warcry Phoenix. Flying haste for 4. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 3. If you do, return Warcry Phoenix from the graveyard to the battlefield. Hinterland, Harbor, or Checkland for green or blue. Nice. I think I got all the colors of those Checklands now. Adeliz the Cinderhind. Flying haste. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, wizard you control get +1/+1. Is that another one of those containing the picture? No. No, it is not. Unfortunately. Let's go ahead and slide these rares back here. Let's clean up my area here real quick. Boom. Now we may continue the final 5 packs. Bing, bang, boom, bang, boom. Did I go too far? I think I did. Alright, we got another End Bolus's Clutch. I think I have a play set of these now. Still a permanent. Memorial of Glory. Create 2 1/1 whites. I don't think I've seen this. Oh, I have seen this. Some guy totally wrecked himself in a pre-release with this. In my pre-release going against me. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of land and or legendary permanents with converted mana cost X or less. This guy went all out on me. He paid X for 7. He paid total of 9 mana. He looked at the top 7 cards, and we thought he was going to place any permanent down, but we realized it was only land or legendary permanents. So he actually ended up screwing himself with that card. We got a Slyn Voda, the Leviathan card. Talking about octopuses when it should be octopi. Alright, we got 4 packs left. Let's see. Can we go out any bigger than we already have? Can we get a Karn? I want Karn just because Karn. It's Karn. Alright, oh, there's that damn Joust I was talking about. Let's see. 2 drop costs 3 to equip it. Equip creature gets +2/+0 as long as it's your turn. Equip creature has first strike. Now I was roiding the living piss out of my sapperlings in the pre-release with this. I had at one point 1 sapperling with like 2 or 3 Joust on him. And it's just like, that's a sapperling, right? Yeah, it's got like 7 tough power. Anyway, 5 drop 3/3 flash. When he enters the battlefield, may exile target historic permanent you control. If you do, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you get to blink a permanent. Or a historic permanent, I should say. Zalfrin Void. Land that enters battlefield, and then you scry 1. At least it doesn't enter tapped. Fall of Thran. Somebody played this on me and wrecked himself so hard with it. The first time you destroy a land, all lands, on the next 2 times, 2 and 3, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. The cool thing about this is that it happens on your turn. Like the returning the land cards, so you kind of do really set everybody else back. So really one of those cards that, like, if you play it, everybody hates you. I was just so, like, dumbfounded when it was played against me. I was like, are you for real doing this right now? Like, dude, have I pushed you to this level? Divest/duress. Pull that out. Alright, so we got a Spore Swarm here. 4 drop. Create 3 1/1 green sapperling creature tokens. Alright, we got a Seal Away. 2 drop flash enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target tap creature an opponent controls until Seal Away leaves the battlefield. So it's really like it's a combat trick to get somebody that's attacking you. You got this BSer right here, Dreadshade. This is one of my promo cards from the pre-release. Pay 1 black, Dreadshade gets +1/+1 to the end of turn, so it's a potential 6/6 after pulling him out. I've literally killed people extremely fast in the pre-release because it didn't react fast enough when I got him out. This card again, extremely broken Druid here. Tatiova, Druid, and it's a Merfolk. God, if only I still had my Merfolk standard deck, I could put this in it. 5-drop 3/3. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and you draw 1 card. So broken. Why is that a thing? Why are you a thing? Alrighty. Final 2 packs. Can we go out with a boom? Where? I've lost myself. Alright, we got the racist White Knight. Not the racist black one yet. We got a Shield of the Realm. 2-drop, equip 1. If a source will deal damage to equipped creature, prevent 2 of that damage. Hey, we got a Planeswalker. I mean, that's what counts, even though it's, I think, the least valued one. But anyway, +1, or 5-drop, 5 loyalty, +1 loyalty, add 3 red mana, spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells. +1, discard up to 3 cards and draw that many cards. -8, you get an emblem with you may cast instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard. If you cast it this way, exile it. So look at that. We got 5 mythics from this box. Holy crap, this box is on fire. Garna the Bloodflame. Karox Bladewing. Oh, cool. This goes to the other dragon. That's a really cool token. Because see, even the token has a little legendary. That's just cool. Little things. It's the little things that get me. I'm going to put that over here with the nice little goblin. Alrighty then. We are approaching the end. Inbound. I actually need that card, I believe. Let me place this here. Alright, we got the Eldest Reborn. A nice little saga here. Each opponent sacrifices, on the first one, each opponent sacks a creature or a planeswalker. Second one, each opponent discards a card. Third one, you get to put a creature or a planeswalker from any battlefield, or any graveyard onto the battlefield. Jesus, any battlefield. Sorcerer's Wand, 1-drop, 3 to equip. A Banalish Marshal. 3-drop, 3/3. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. I believe we got the foil of him. We got a foil Shivan Fire, 1-drop red. Does 2 damage to target creature. If it was kicked, it does 4 damage instead. That's nice. We got a Baird, Steward of Argive. 4-drop, 2/4. Vigilance. Creatures can attack you or a planeswalker control unless their owner pays 1 for each of those attacking creatures. Alright, so, looks like we have reached the ends of the box here. Looks like I'm assuming one of these is going to be the most valuable card. I think it's probably going to be this Mox Amber here, to be honest. I do not know. I will, of course, put in the comments down below the amount of subs we'll be aiming for before we give away one of these bad boys. It's probably going to be this Mox Amber. I think that's the most valuable one. At a certain amount of subs, we will give this away. Like, comment, share, subscribe, so that way I can, once we hit that certain number, I'll put it down in the comments. Then I will give this away to 1 subscriber for free. I'll pay for shipping. Unless you're, like, out of the state, but who cares? I'll probably pay for it anyway. Who cares? Mox Amber, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, guys. IR Scoop, out.